Deep breath.
Let's get it.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Just John.
Kwamé Fun.
Well, you could be so right, you're wrong.
You could be so wrong, you're right.
Or you could believe in everything and believe in nothing.
Or believe in nothing and believe in everything.
Welcome to No Substance.
Yo.
Yeah.
How's the week been for you, dog?
Good, man. Good. The weather is beautiful, man. We outside with it.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying my time, man. How about you? How about
You ain't gonna tell them how I just bust you.
Just chill, bro. I was waiting for you to say something, man. Just chill. I won the first game, though.
You won the first match.
First match.
Yeah, okay. I won the first game.
Okay, man.
Okay.
He won the last 3, chat.
Yeah.
But it's cool, because, you know, I'm learning, you feel me? I'm learning how to serve. I got the technique down, you feel what I'm saying? It's all in the muscle memory, really, though.
Yeah.
You know
we got a bet coming up.
Yeah, facts.
So we training for it.
Facts.
That's why this episode on the tennis court.
Dre and Zach, we coming for y'all heads,
Yes,
bro.
sir. Yes,
Brunch,
sir.
lunch, whatever it is on y'all when we win.
For sure. We'll update y'all, let y'all know how the lunch went. Cause we gon' anyways, my week was good too, man. I feel like I was thinking about last episode so much. I felt it was tranquil. Like I remember leaving and we both had like this zen to us. Like that was for the first one, it was like excitement and like, oh my gosh, we did our first one. The second one was like zen. This one I feel like we've been doing it for a minute now.
Yeah. It feels like it's becoming muscle memory for real. Like
becoming muscle memory.
So it's cool that we on the court, we outside with it, we got active, we played some sports, you know. Kind of got our blood flowing before the conversation, so I'm excited to see what we dive into.
Yeah, what you thinking? What you thinking for this week?
Oh man, I guess we could start. We always have like a specific topic, or like we talked about passion and purpose last time. I can't wait for them to see that. Make sure y'all check that video out if you haven't. Shoot.
I'm thinking. I feel like we gotta. Okay.
I got one.
Go ahead.
Acts of service. We on the court, serve.
Okay, they say tennis is the sport of love.
Okay.
Because they say like 30 love, you know how it's
that.
And then it's the team, the duo expands the court. Like
okay.
They say it's the sport of
it's
love.
It's a big metaphor.
It's a big metaphor, yeah.
Yeah.
But
you got a lot of racket going on. You feel me? A lot of noise.
What Cole say? All that racket tennis racket you cause a racket out my mama's house.
Tennis ball shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but it's sport of love. So yeah, we could dive into something like that.
So what's a good way that you like to show your service? Or first of all, let's because we always kind of define like a word or something.
Yeah.
I want to ask, what does service look like or mean to you? Like
acts of service.
Acts of service.
That's like one specific part of the love language. It's the 5 love languages again.
Okay.
It's, acts of service,
gifts,
gift giving, quality time, physical touch, and
words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation.
Yeah.
So we're gonna dive into service.
We'll do service. We could probably sprinkle in all of them,
okay.
but we'll start with acts of service since we're on the tennis court, right?
Acts of service.
And I just served you up.
Whoa.
Pause. No, wait. I don't know. Fast forward.
We'll let down slide. Okay. So how would I define service? I think the first step of service, maybe the first step of all of them, is attention to detail, because no act means anything. It's if it oftentimes we as humans, we as lovers, we tend to do what we're good at and not what we're asked of. And I feel like we get so caught up in doing what we're good at, and we be like, but I do all of this, and it be nothing a person asks for. And I think we need to just take a step back sometimes and be attentive to what the person is actually desiring, because half the effort we give, we might not have to. Like half the things we think our partner might not even be what they don't even think about it. So maybe the first step of that is being attentive.
Yeah, I like that. I love that actually, because you gotta be attentive enough to know what it is that they like or what they want, right? So I think that applies to all the love languages and explain like what this person might want, because a lot of times we as humans, like naturally, we show love by what we think our love language is, right? Like if I like acts of service, then I'm gonna give somebody like acts of service thinking that they're gonna appreciate it, and they may not receive that the same way. So you kind of got to figure out what's that person's like way to receive like love. You know what I'm saying? So that's important to note.
You can't be a selfish lover.
Right.
Right. You have to kind of step outside of yourself to understand opposite love.
Yeah, and I'm still working on that because for example, like I talk about this all the time. Like, I'm a bad gift giver. I'm a terrible gift giver. And it's not because I don't have like intentionality behind my gifts. It's because I give gifts thinking that this is what I would like. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I was born on Christmas, so my whole life gift giving was not like a big thing to me because I got gifts when everybody got gifts. You know what I'm saying? My birthday was everybody got something. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of showed me to be unselfish and to value giving rather than receiving so much that like me giving, even if it's something small, it makes me feel happy. It makes me feel good. And so I used to get in relationships and stuff and be like, look, I got you this cute little basket and stuff.
I realize that's more self-serving.
Yeah.
Because it makes you feel good rather than, exactly,
And I had to learn, man. I got my heart broke a couple times with like giving someone a gift and them being like, it's cool. Like,
also, there's a level.
Yeah,
there's a level of appreciation we all have to have, because at the same time, you can't. Your partner can't expect you not to do what makes you happy as well.
Right.
Like, so there is a give and take to that, because you should be attentive, but if you like to do things out of your heart, you know, what is it? Why is it so much more effort for the person to be grateful for it too?
Right.
You know, but there is a balance. Like, you can't just be someone always trying to make yourself happy in a relationship. But there is an element to, you know, I also want to make myself feel good with you as well.
Right. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
So service. But so what's like the last service you did? Like, what does that look like? Like washing someone's car? Like your brother washed our car this weekend.
That was a great act of service.
I appreciated that.
That was fire.
That was an act of service.
Yeah, and like he spent like 2 hours on cars
Yeah,
outside. I'm like, but like the attention to detail, right? Like for him, it was like the beauty of like making it as polished and as great as he could, and knowing that if he does this every week as a consistent thing, you might not need to even get the car washed. So it was like a beautiful kind of transaction. He was like, listen,
because he was happy too.
Yeah,
like, he liked doing that. Yeah.
And it was like, okay, listen, I'm gonna put time in right now, but I know that 2-3 weeks down the line, let's say 1 week you slip up and you don't get to come through and get your car washed, it's just gonna be so clean that it's not gonna really affect you. So I valued that. I appreciated that. If I break down acts of service, I think like what it means to serve someone. Like they talk about that in church a lot. Like knowing how to serve, as being a servant of God and being a servant of you know, just in general. That I feel like that involves a lot of humility. Like you got to put your pride, ego aside. You know, you got to like, I don't know, do the things that nobody wants to do. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I kind of adopted that nature in my day-to-day, you know, with just the work that I do, the teaching kids, going back into the schools, pouring in when I'm pouring into, or people that have poured into me, communities that have poured into me. So to serve, man, what does to serve look like for you? Or when's the last time?
Yeah, the last time I did it, I like to feel like, and we go back to that selfish, like my selfish desire of serving is to like pay attention to someone and kind of pay attention to all the things that they've complained about, things they have problems with, things they have issues with, and like dive deep into it in my psyche and kind of help them navigate through that process. Like I love that, like that psychological aspect of problem solving to me is fun. And like it takes the right person, because you know it's hard to be vulnerable enough to open yourself up to allow someone to dig in your chest and start, you know, doing surgery, but dig in your brain and do surgery. But you know, when done, when you relieve yourself of that ego, which is my favorite love language. It's not one of the 5, but I always say like ego submission is my favorite. It allows all the 5 love languages to flow easier. So
like taking your own ego out of
ego submission, like giving your partner your ego. Like, why do I have to have my ego if I know you'll take care of it better? I give it to you. I grant you my ego. So I trust you that now I don't have my ego, you have it. So like,
that's very vulnerable.
Yeah, but if a woman or a man understands their lover, they'll do well with it because, okay, I know I have my man's ego now. I know he's passionate about art, so let me move like this around that. I know he's, I know he cares about this, so let me make sure, when you give it to your person and they treat it right, it's like, then you could open up and have those hard conversations or do those hard things, those difficult relationship things that really help to consolidate into one.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
that's good. That's good. Good knowledge. Yeah, I've always been afraid of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, letting your ego go?
Or like submission, especially to someone else. I think I've spent so much time like building my confidence up, building up this voice in my head that's telling me like the positive things, the affirmations to myself, the I don't know, like the character building to me has been so crucial that I feel like I've gotten in moments or situations or relationships where people try to dim my light, and like that feeling was just never good for me. It was always like these moments of where I share something very revealing about myself that maybe nobody knows about. It's been weaponized a lot, used against me. So yeah. I've learned to be like very sparing in how I give that. And maybe that's why it's hard for me to really like fall in love with someone right now, because it's like,
well, that caution is important.
That defense,
because you can't give your ego to everyone. And it sounds like you just haven't had, most of us haven't had that person who take cares of our ego. So we all kind of have that shield up of like, damn, I don't know if I want to give. I don't know if I want to be that vulnerable, right? Because vulnerable, remember we talked about vulnerable, it's such an interesting word because it's
people
allowing
use it the
yourself to be susceptible to attack.
Yeah.
Like it's a dangerous thing. Like being vulnerable, yeah, sure, it's cute and all that shit, but it's dangerous. Like, you have to allow yourself to be attacked by those you trust completely, because an attack is an attack. Like an attack is an attack, That could really tear a man apart. So
vulnerability is to allow yourself to be susceptible to attack.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like that's dangerous. Like people be like, you should be vulnerable. No, maybe not. I don't want to be attacked. Like I don't want to just have everybody able to attack me. Yeah. Like that's crazy.
Maybe that's, it's funny you bring that up, because in my poetic journey, I feel like, we get up on stage and we spit poems and we share like these sides of us that are so like, I guess, deeply rooted for most of us if they're telling the truth on stage. But I'll speak for myself in saying that like I really draw from like real life experiences. And when I leave the stage, I always feel like people give me this like false sense of like validation, like, oh, that was amazing, or oh, like that was so good, or oh, this and that. But I always question whether or not they're like true in what they're saying. And it is like that, like what's the word I'm looking for? Like imposter syndrome, I guess you could call it, where it's like, I'm like, nah, y'all just saying that because I gotta reevaluate with myself, or I have to sit in solace with myself to be like, was that really good? Damn, did I mess up and they seen this? Or like, did I portray this in the best way? And I just had like this moment like the other week where I was performing, and during my performance, I was thinking all of these thoughts of like, are they getting what I'm saying? Are they grasping it? It's almost like I'm performing and like my outer body is looking down, like, are they receiving this the way I want them to? And they weren't in the moment. And I had this moment of like, fuck them. Like, who cares? Like, I'm gonna do this for me, And it was a crowd of like 15, 20 people. It was a small, intimate space. Probably didn't really care to perform, but I wanted to like share some parts of me. And I realized in that moment that me sharing that, it allowed me to remember or remind myself why I do it and why I love what I do with poetry. Is because it was a space for me to say something and not give a fuck what anybody thought about it or care what they said. And if they did give me that validation, it was like the cherry on top, the extra, So I'm trying to get back to that space,
It's interesting because like let's draw that parallel line to relationships. That's a dangerous thing to do in a relationship. Like, I'm gonna just do what I have to do in this relationship. I don't give a fuck about how you take it, as long as I feel like I'm doing good, right? Like that's how we started the episode. Yeah. Do you feel like that's safe with that parallel, like drawing that parallel line? Do you think that's a positive way to think as an artist?
Damn, I think that's like my defense mechanism. Like that's like a wall up I create so that way I don't get hurt.
So your ego don't have to be attacked.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I ain't care no way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Damn.
Yeah. Now, yeah, I think, yeah, it's interesting. It is a line because you don't want to have your ego too guarded, but you don't want to have it completely unguarded. It's like you just want to have a gate. Maybe not, you don't have to lock it, but as long as it's closed, you know what I'm saying? And then those
Right.
who want to come in can.
Right.
And those who just can't, nigga, you can't even look over the fence. So it's like,
Yeah, I always think of like when communities have those people that build a village for real and they have their doors unlocked at all times, and like
safe.
the safety of knowing that I've built this village around me that I can leave my doors unlocked and nobody's gonna come in and wreck or try to taint this space.
That's church.
Yeah.
That's what church's supposed to be.
Damn. That's the metaphor for church.
Yeah.
Having the doors unlocked and you being able to walk in anytime you want, and to just not, and to know the unspoken rules of like, when you come in, the shoes come off in the space, or like, you know, like respect the home because we're giving you this, you know, the space to dwell and live.
Love is you want to be loved.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Dang, that's deep though. I do think that I use that like repelling the validation as a way to like be like, nah, I don't give a fuck. And part of me really doesn't. Like, I'm gonna be real. Part of me is like, I know it's fire. I don't care what y'all think. But then it's like, do I really feel that way?
You know what? We could also change our perspective of what an attack is, too. Because I know, like, one of the things I do a lot is I like to hear the negative things people say, because whether it's constructive criticism, whether it's hate, whether it's wherever from the heart it's coming from, I really appreciate it, because it, like, every time someone says something to me, it lived with me for a very long time. Even if I disagreed in a moment, like, it's something that I walked with from that point forward. And even when things weren't correct, I found myself getting better just by considering it, the thought, constantly for the days to come. So, you know, not all the time is an attack. Like, I do think some people view attacks incorrectly, and some people think they're being attacked when they're not. Like God say, no weapon formed against me shall prosper, right? So those attacks are just weapons that you could transfer and use into tools, right? But now a true attack is someone using that to threaten your life, threaten your livelihood, threaten your way to serve your family, now that's an attack. And like, women do have that capability more when you're vulnerable to them than when you're on stage vulnerable to a crowd, because a crowd can only critique you, judge you, view you a certain way. Your lover can destroy everything you've built, can fuck your mental up for the next decade, you know, like, can have you in a really dark place. So it's one of those.
I feel like I always get more nervous sharing my thoughts or like my poetry with like somebody one-on-one versus like a crowd of people. I think that protection of knowing that like somebody in the room can land this and I'll be okay. But having that one-to-one where it's like you may challenge what it is I'm saying, or you may have a different voice of opinion, is when I be like, like, are you open to like criticism of your art? Like, do you allow people to give you that? Or?
Yeah, I love it. One, because I feel like I have such a clarity of what I do and why I do it, that like I understand that someone's perspective is just that, their perspective. And it's something that, like I say, I'll carry for the next few months, maybe years, depending on the weight of it. But it's just a perspective, and it helps me grow my perspective. But like I say, I'm in alignment with why I do what I do and what I do. So as long as I'm painting lessons and that wind kind of picked up, we might be good.
We got about 15, just let you know.
That, can I help my last thought?
You saying...
fuck.
Damn it. Fuck. You was talking about criticism of art.
So when the fact that I know I'm in that alignment, it kind of just, as long as I'm writing what was written on my heart by God, as long as I'm painting what was written on my heart by God and conveying a godly message, like the opinion on technique or the opinion on concept it's like
minute.
It's just that an opinion. Yeah, it's minute. It's things that okay, I'll consider it, but it's not the vision. It's not the thing. You know, I don't lean on that side of things. I lean on God flowing through me, using me as a tool. So as long as I'm doing that, like I say, nothing someone says or do to me feels, I don't even notice it, because like, what's more valuable to you, God's opinion or man's opinion, you know? I always say, like, I see what people praise, so why would I care what they scold,
Yeah,
you know?
that's fire.
Yeah.
That's fire. Wow. That's fire.
Yeah.
That's fire. Shoot. Yeah, I had a good lovable moment last night. I had a rehearsal for a show I got coming up, and I pulled up to the rehearsal dumb late, but I knew confidently that whatever I was gonna do was gonna be exactly what they were looking for. And sure enough, when I got there, they put me on the spot. They were like, "Hey, share these poems with us. We want to hear it with the band." And it's always like a how can I say? It's almost like when your parents say, "Hey, look, we got company over. Do that dance that you always do with us." Like, and it's like, "Ah, fuck. Okay, well, yeah, you know what I'm saying?" But in that moment, it was like, you know what? Let me remove the noise that I'm creating in my head, and just do it and feel how I want to feel in this moment. And it was like 5 people in the room, and I swear to God, I closed my eyes and I just spit the poem, and I just remember opening my eyes, and everybody was like, "That's the one. Like, this is it." Like, my homie's like, "Yo, when I'm on tour, if I have anything going on, like, you're opening my show. Like, you have to." And for me, it was like a very affirming space. And these are poems that I've performed over and over and over again. But it was something about adding that layer of that music to it and allowing myself to just breathe and feel the words again, instead of just saying all the words and hoping that people grasp onto the feeling of what it is I'm trying to say. Man, it just felt beautiful, bro. Like, it reminded me why I do what I do. So
we're like floating in and out of love and craft, which makes sense because it shows how much we love our craft. But to float back out, it sounds like when you say, you know, the fact that you go on stage, share words, and the words that people give back to you, you know, you kind of care about, you're talking about, would you say like love and words of affirmation is your favorite love language?
No.
Which one is it?
Actually, no. My favorite love language is quality time.
Quality time?
Yeah.
Words of affirmation is up there for sure, because based on everything you said, the episode here,
it's not gift giving.
It was valuable to you.
It's definitely quality time, physical touch, words of affirmation. Yeah. Words of affirmation and quality, and to me, acts of service are kind of synonymous to me. They're kind of the same, because somebody could tell me things that make me feel good, and somebody could show me or do something that makes me feel good. So those things, I think, just depend on maybe the moment. But for me, physical touch and quality time, and then, like you said, acts of service might be right there.
Or words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation, acts of service, and then gift giving.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you? What's heavy on your
heart? You know, honestly, I never viewed those separate. I kind of...
They're all...
Yeah, like, to me, that's just like one subset. Like, I always wanted to write another book, and maybe I do make it funny and be like, there's more than 5 love languages, just to play off that. I don't know yet, but
the
I do want to
love language.
Or like the real 5 love languages. And I feel like the first 5 that like we talk about is just the one of them, right? And that's just like fleshly love, right? Like, the love of the flesh, right? All of that is just flesh love. You know, you could go on to spirit love, soul love, godly love, selfless love. Like, there's so many, ego submission. I always viewed that as my favorite. Like, if a woman came up to me and gifted me her ego, and I was able to gift it back, like, to me, there's no greater love language than that. Like, that's the one for me.
Yeah, it's dope.
Like, that's the one. How much time we got?
We got about 10 minutes. You want to?
Nah, let's wait till 5 for that.
Okay.
All right, so if you, like, hypothetically speaking, if there was a love language dedicated to craft, what would your love language for your craft be?
Oh, tough.
That's kind of fire. That's a
fire.
good question.
You know what? That's great.
Words of affirmation. No.
Damn, that's good.
For me, it'll be quality time.
Why?
Because when I paint, when I create, like even some of the things I do where I have to be around folks, I prefer when I'm just alone. I prefer when I'm like by myself. If I am around people, I find myself creating a box for myself to kind of just be in, you know, just be in my thoughts, think. It's like a meditative state, just like when you're running and you forget you're running, and the next thing you know, you at mile 8.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how I feel with painting. I'll start and then I'll be in the next day on the same thought, like not even real. It felt like 5 minutes. Really, it was 5 hours, and like that's, to me, quality time for me is the one I love.
Yeah, I mean, I'm torn between like 3 of them. I think I would say acts of service because of the work that I do
with the youth
and the adults and just putting people in a space
with
where
the community. That's a better word.
Yeah, with the community where they're able to you know, dive in. Some of them has never written a poem before in their life. Some of them are experts at writing, and how I'm able to help people navigate through their own journey. Like, I've probably crossed paths with thousands of people writing stories about themselves, and me just channeling in like a certain maybe critique or a certain thought to think about that helps them navigate through what they want to talk about. To me, is an act of service. Like, it can also be words of affirmation. Me telling somebody like, hey, you can do this, or like you're good at this, or like that was fire, or like, you know, just giving them that positive reinforcement to let them know.
Even if it's through the poetry.
Yeah. And then quality time for sure, because I think that I need to sit down with myself, and I don't do it enough. That's why I wouldn't put quality time as number 1, because I haven't been giving my craft that as much as I should be, which is sitting down with myself every day or on days and writing or talking to myself about what it is that I want to kind of, you know, build or flesh out. So, and then, you know, like physical touch, I guess I would correlate it with physically doing the thing, like being on stage performing, which is like a good feeling.
That's a good way to.
Yeah, so that's like my segue, which that means poor gift giving is still at the bottom. But yeah, it's like, you know.
Yeah, gift giving, yeah.
That's cool, man. That was good.
What would gifting your craft look like?
Gifting.
Damn, how would we correlate that? What would it look like to gift your craft?
Maybe like
investing in it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, spending that money on that trip, going on that trip, or like going to do something that.
Now that's my least favorite part.
But like I've done a retreat where it's mine too. I've done a retreat where I went out of town to go write, and that was cool. But yeah, it's always like my least favorite thing. But then like you flip it to someone else, like, you know, a lot of women that I've dated, that's their number 1. Like, you don't know how to show love by giving them gifts or this or that, and it doesn't always have to be monetarily, but like just showing up with something in your hands. For some people, that's a big thing. It's not for me. You could come to me empty-handed and we can have a field day. You know what I'm saying? A phone call.
Yeah.
No
the greatest people, in my opinion, knows how to make a time with no time.
Yeah.
Knows how to have fun with no fun.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's the best people. The people who know how to create the thing. Let's finish this off with the.
Yeah.
With the.
What better way?
With the reading. We got the Bible today. You know, I think it's your turn.
Yeah.
Episode 3.
All right.
That was a great conversation. Let's see where we at with it.
Before we open this book, I just want to say whatever message that you want to give us today, I hope that we receive it and it's intentional for whatever it is we're talking about. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, I'm going to just read from the top. We got Ezekiel 28:15.
Ezekiel.
You were perfect in your ways from the day you were created, till iniquity was found in you. By the abundance of your trading, you became filled with violence within, and you sinned. Therefore, I cast you a profane thing, out of the mountain of God, and I destroy you, O covering cherub, from the midst of the fiery stones. Verse 17, your heart was lifted up because of your beauty. You corrupted your wisdom for the sake of your splendor. I cast you to the ground. I lay you before kings, that they might gaze at you. You defiled your sanctuaries by the multitude of your iniquities, by the iniquity of your trading. Therefore I have brought fire from your midst. It devoured you, and I turned you to ashes upon the earth in the sight of all who saw you. All who knew you among the people are astonished at you. You have become a horror and shall be no more forever.
That's where we got to end it. But I wish we had time to dive into that. Maybe that's next episode, diving into some scripture.
Okay.
Because that just was on my heart right now. But we got to end it right now, y'all. So go ahead, send us off, John.
Till next time, man. This is No Substance, y'all. We appreciate y'all. Where you could be so right, you're wrong.
You could be so wrong, you're right.
Where you could believe in everything or believe in nothing.
Or you could believe in nothing and believe in everything.
No Substance, y'all.
Peace.